I had a poem in mind that I wanted to do because it was happy and lighthearted. And I was like, this event should be like happy and lighthearted. And I like to be a happy and lighthearted person, but my life is not always happy and lighthearted. And so I wanted to be real also. So I was like, how do I tell my life story in 5 minutes? And I realized I could not do that. So I narrowed it down to a year. And about 20 seconds ago, I realized a year is too broad. This is more about my summer, more than anything. So this is a compilation of 3 poems. And I'm just gonna call it Summer. The first one is a coffee house story. Music fills my ears. The playlist shuffling through, the coffee being made, the indistinct chatter of old friends catching up or new ones learning. Raspberry latte for Riley, she says, over there up at the counter. The kind of thing that makes your day right. I feel warm, the good kind. Sitting by the window, the sun shining, a fall day, a crisp aftertaste. It sounds like the start to something beautiful, doesn't it? The setting to Happily Ever After when the boy walks in and sees the girl and suddenly his whole world changes. But this isn't that kind of story. I once read that we don't have words for pain, for sadness, which is why we need analogies. Something to capture the depth where language can't suffice. All that good you felt however many seconds ago, imagine that being pulled right from under you. Imagine the opposite. That's what kind of story this is. Summer. When I found out, I didn't tell anyone. Instead, I went and got ice cream and laughed with everyone else at stupid jokes. Then summer came, and I knew what was coming, but then maybe I didn't. I don't even know if I do now. But I think it hit me 3 times. First, in the car. Driving to the gym that same morning, just hours after it happened, and a song came on. He really liked Flashlights, and the song was called Flashlight. It goes, when tomorrow comes, I'll be on my own, feeling frightened of the things that I don't know. I'm stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. I probably should have stopped driving right about then because I was just a mess, but I kept going because I just do. Second, when I realized I didn't know who would walk me down the aisle. Third, I saw my brother cry, really cry. I had to be strong, but when my brother hugged me and couldn't let go, I knew both our shirts were going to be a little wet. I was driving again when I realized it's not just a trip. I was never in denial, but my body just hadn't caught up. It's not a trip though. It's been too long. Cars. Cars are kind of a magical place. Have you ever realized that? Every time they make you feel like you're in a movie or a music video, life isn't just where you are, but it's what you're seeing in first, second, third person. It's those moments that just don't feel real. Music blares and suddenly you're in a musical. I remember driving around with my first love, Demons by Imagine Dragons, and wondering if he knew the demons inside. I remember the road trips and singing at the top of my lungs, Taylor Swift, my best friend's Snapchat story-worthy. I remember driving to school, reflecting on life, whatever was going on at that time, and a rush of calm just overflowed because no one can stop me. The taste of rebellion I'm allowed to feel comes out in my limitless speed. I remember being picked up in San Francisco, a sleek car rushing down Market Street, and he played songs he meant, and he knew the words to Disney Channel's Starstruck. I felt alive in a few blissful moments. I remember playing Philip Phillips with my dad. He'd always ask for me to sing along, and now I wish I wasn't so shy to. I remember hearing Back to You by Selena Gomez, learning the words quickly and without effort because they were already in my heart. And so I yelled them, wondering if he could hear me from Texas. I remember remember this summer singing Drops of Jupiter with one I thought I loved. But I always wonder if he realized I'm a star floating through the sky and I can't stay. Each song, each drive tells a story, maybe more than one. And they have a way of making me live my life, reminding me of fairy tales, except they aren't, because they're written by people too. So maybe it's not just me.